Hi everyone, it's Claire from ScrappyNerdUK and I am up first today for UK Scrap Addicts, and we have a new theme for the month as it's the 1st of June. So our theme this month is to mix old and new stash. So you could be the sort of person that already does this, but there are a lot of people out there that like to stick to one collection, like to use just the newest products, and so we wanted to cover a theme to show that actually you can incorporate old products into your scrapbook layouts and still make them look fairly modern. So I am currently working quite a lot on my Disney layouts, and I wanted to show that you can use the older products, and also it's with Disney, it's with the Disney products, they do coordinate quite well together. So that is my main tip for getting older collections to work with newer supplies. So I'm using a mixture of the Magic and Wonder, which is the first Echo Park sort of Disney themed papers collection, and I'm also working with Say Cheese 4, which is the latest one from Simple Stories, and I'm just mixing them all together. My tip for doing this would be to find common colours between the older collection you're trying to work with, or older supplies, and the newer ones. So find colours that are common together and pair them up. And that is my main tip for using older stuff. So I am a stickler when it comes to scrapbooking, just using one single collection. So this is slightly outside my comfort zone with mixing everything together. I normally stick to, if I'm going to mix collections, I normally stick to the same manufacturer, but I am mixing and matching between different manufacturers, old, new collections, and seeing how I get on. So these photographs here that I'm scrapping are from our last Florida trip to Florida, surprisingly. Our last trip to Florida in May last year. And it's a bit sad because we were due to fly out to Florida when this goes live, it would have been in 3 days' time. But we're home and safe, that's the main thing. So just whilst I have been babbling away there, I have chosen to use multiple photos on this. And the photographs are of the same. We had them taken at the same time in the same location. And they are just some of them are one of them's more close up. And then we've got one slightly further away, and then the bigger one as well. And these were taken by the Disney photographers, and you can see there it's got the Magic Kingdom logo already printed on the photo, and that's something they do with the Disney photographers. If you have the photo pass, I can't think of what it's, Magical Memories I think it might be called now. So I'm just going to build up then. I've used quite a few pattern papers, which is really unlike me. I was going to go for white cardstock, but I pushed myself to use a pattern paper background, and I used this red one with all the scripty white words on. That was from Say Cheese 4. And then I've got this card here, the attraction itinerary. And that was from Say Cheese 1, I believe. So that was the original collection. So what I'm doing here is just grading the rides. I asked my husband's opinion for this because he would disagree with me. If I said it's a small world, I'd give it 2 out of 3. He would say, and he doesn't deserve 1. He doesn't really like that ride, but I think it's so iconic that I just love it anyway. And then the song gets stuck in your head. I won't start singing the song because if you've been, you'll know. And that song stays with you for the rest of your life. So here I'm just going through bits of chipboard And in my bag here, I have multiple different bits of ephemera and a few chipboard pieces as well. Again, these are all from different collections, old collections. These are pretty much the older collections, because the newer ones I have kept in the actual packets, the original packets, because it was just getting so overwhelming, the amount of bits that I was having to flick through. So I kept some of the newer ones. So these die cuts here are from Say Cheese 3. And they all work together because they have the common colours. So they are going to have a difference in terms of the tone of colour, or this saturation of colour. Some of them are a bit more saturated than others, but in the whole they work with red, yellow, blue and black, and white. So those are the colours that I'm aiming for. And yeah, it just all comes together really nicely. So I've got this heart from that ephemera pack, but it was just slightly too big for me to add on to the centre of that attraction card. So I'm just going to cut that down and then just add on some foam just to give it some dimension. Now I am trying to be really choice in terms of how much foam I'm using in my albums now. It's very apparent to me that the more bulkier stuff is really making it a problem to get many layouts into an album. So I'm trying to use the thinnest foam possible, and the chipboard pieces, if they are the thinner chipboard, which these are, they're not too much of a problem. But if it's the thicker stuff, then I tend to peel half of the chipboard off the back and then re-stick them. Now there was these little buttons, paper buttons in the die cut pack, and so I'm just going to thread them with some white embroidery thread, just to give them a little something extra rather than just being stuck down. So that's giving an added texture to the page. So as I said, I'm filming this for UK Scrap Addicts. We have scrap to a different theme every month. We have a wonderful design team. We have our own Facebook group. So come over and find us on Facebook. And we have a blog. So this will all the details will be in the blog post for this, and that's all linked up below. And we also have Instagram as well, of course. We have all of the social medias, so be sure to head on over and check out all of those groups and blogs and everything that I've just mentioned. And as I said, I will link them below, both on the UK Scrap Addicts channel if you're watching it there, hi, and also over on my channel if you're watching this video there, hi. So I've just been messing around here, just sticking everything down. Nothing that, no technique here that needs to be seen. Other than that, I just want to show that use different layers. So where I've got a couple of different paper layers there, tuck things into different layers when you are creating your embellishment clusters. It definitely does give you a different look, a layered look. Oh, flare badge just flew across the screen. So because I've got quite a few circle elements going on, I thought I would look to see whether that worked, and it didn't. So that went back in the box. So next up, please do not judge. Yes, I have a lot of Disney stickers, but equally we've been to Disney for 6 times between Florida, California and Paris. So that is the reason why I have so many sticker sheets there. And as I said, I'm not going to pull out the sticker sheet that corresponds to the background paper. I am just going to flick through all of the sticker sheets and choose some bits that I want to include and not worry what collection they're from. And that is the main thing for this month. grab those older supplies, get them out, get them used. How about make yourself up a kit using some older supplies and then mixing in some newer supplies as well. That could be quite fun, so I might actually give that a go myself. Not the Disney stuff. I will do that with some other collections and see how I get on for the month, see how many layouts I can make from it. There are a couple of manufacturers that it is easier to do use older supplies and newer supplies with. I think some of the Disney stuff is easy to mix together. I think the Cocoa Vanilla stuff is very easy to mix together. Some of the other ones maybe not so much. I find that a couple of the Chanel collections will work really well together as well. So like I said, look for those common tones in the collections and pull in other things that will make it all come together. So last few stickers on here then, and I just want something a little bit dimensional, so I'm going to pull in some little Mickey enamel heads, and I think this is pretty much done. So thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, then please give it a thumbs up. If you're new, please hit that subscribe button and leave any comments in the comments section down below, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!